Okay, so I was wrong about Nintendo, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I realize, yeah, they might be a business, they might be a family business, based on Japanese culture and meaning. But what's really interesting is if you really go back and look at the story of like every single one of the people that do work for Nintendo themselves, you really do realize that a lot of these people really did love what they did because they never would have accomplished what they did if they never would have put as much time and effort into what they did. And I mean, at the same time, of course, making money, but let's look at the other side of it as well. Let's try to figure everything else out. You had people that believed in what they were doing and they researched their work. They even went through overwhelming odds when people didn't believe them that they could accomplish a lot of the stuff they did, and they still found a way to make it work, even despite all the ideas they might have had to scrap, recycle, delay, whatever. But as far as a software company goes, they managed to figure out how to connect coding and programming together to accomplish the ideas they did. Like for example, like Shigeru Miyamoto. How is it that he managed to do two things successfully? He knew how to market a popular idea, and he also knew how to keep it relevant years later. Think about that for a second. Look at all the games that Nintendo comes up with, for example. I'm not here to argue what did they really invent, what did, versus who did it first. But how is it that they managed to keep so many people interested in so many different ideas? And you see, it's the creativity, it's the variety that has made me even realize that that's why they managed to succeed as well as they did. And one man and a team of people worked together for years, accomplishing because they loved what they did. And that's why they succeeded, because they figured out how to utilize an ideology and they didn't give up on it because this is what they decided to come up with and this is what they decided to do with it. And that in general has made it so that way people can be inspired by it to maybe go off and do their own thing in their own way. But the idea is hard work pays off, but at the same time, though, you have to tread in an unknown area that you've never been in, and how do you succeed and be that hero of time? Like, for example, like Link or Mario. Who is it that we choose to be? And we explore the world around us, and everything's an adventure, even when it doesn't look like it is. Whether it's long, it's tedious, it's short and simple, but it still gives some kind of well-meaning behind what we decide to do. And at the end of the day, it's still something, and we can be proud of what we've done. And I think that's what a lot of people have underestimated with these companies is, they might be trying to make money, but at the same time, though, they're trying to put something out there that they love to do. And we should really appreciate that, because these people have actually taken the time to give us something to do, because most people can't make games unless you really look into it. It's not something that you can just do in 5 minutes and be done with it. It's something that takes practice, a lot of risks, and you're working on with a team of people that it would take a lot longer for one individual to accomplish rather than so many people. I mean, like when I usually think of like one game, for example, this is changing the subject a little bit, where somebody was able to create like one game. I mean, look at Undertale, for example. Toby Fox, managed to create it all himself, but it still took him like 3 years. So, you look at all these games, depending on who makes it, what kind of game it is, what is it about, and there's always a team of people. Look at the staff credits, count how many people are in the names, try to figure out all those people that weren't even credited maybe, and just try to understand it from their perspective, how much work and dedication it took them, just so that way they could possibly get where they were at. And hopefully that inspires people to really look at the world of business and accomplishments in their own ways and aspects.